was thinking of what the hell am I actually doing. The purpose, if you go back to the video back in April, was to start a conversation. Is me switching from a more meat-based diet to a plant-based diet actually doing something to kind of solve the climate crisis? And this video is all about the power of consumers, what you can do and what I can do, and if that actually has any impact towards a more sustainable future.
To be more sustainable, for the past week I've been choosing vegetarian options at school rather than meat ones in order to eventually reduce my carbon footprint.
I made my spag bowl with pea lentils instead of beef because the rainforest should be for growing trees and not farming cattle.
I only used the hand dryer rather than getting new paper towels each time I wanted to dry my hands.
Currently staying in a hotel, and in an effort to be more sustainable and also reduce my water consumption, I'm reusing my towels and also ensuring I don't place this on my bed so that my sheets are washed every 3 days as opposed to daily.
This week, to be more sustainable, I've swapped shop bought shampoo for shampoo bars to reduce single-use plastic and plastic waste into landfill.
The small steps I've taken this week to be a little bit more sustainable is simply just using reusable cotton bags whenever I've gone shopping.
I'm trying to become more sustainable by making little changes, such as changing my toothbrush. I started using the bamboo one instead of a plastic one, and I'm convincing my family to stop using the plastic one. And I also carry my bottle of water everywhere I go.
So I've been more sustainable this week by cutting out beef from my diet. I'm not allowed to buy coffee without having a reusable cup with me, and I'm gonna stop shopping online.
In order to try to be more sustainable, I've been supporting my local shops and making my own meals, which helps reduce my use of plastic and packaging.
This week I've been more sustainable by making vegan dinners.
First of all, thank you for all the girls for sharing what they have been up to. And you may think that one person at a time, these actions may not seem as big or monumental or dramatic, but actually the power of consumers is really underestimated. Let's take Caitlin's example of switching plastic bottle shampoos into shampoo bars. First of all, a creative idea, simple switch, but if you think about it, if Caitlin, one person, uses, let's say an average, this may be more or less an average of 1 bottle of shampoo a month, that's 12 bottles in a year, and an average life of 80 years, obviously assuming from baby till death, that's 960 bottles in an average life, and that's just one person that is preventing that many hundreds and hundreds of bottles being prevented to being sent into landfills. Now let's say you get inspired by watching this video and you think, do you know what, I'm going to make that switch too. Let's take an average town. So I'm from Rugby, and the population of Rugby is about 70,000 people. So a very small town. So 70,000 people for their whole lives only use shampoo bars instead of bottles. We would be able to save 70,000 bottles by just changing this one small habit. So the point, I think, I've always tried to come across with this sort of series of videos is not to strive for perfection. I don't think you could be perfect. In my head, the word sustainability has two folds. First is reduction of things, but secondly, adopting habits that you can also sustain. It's no good saying I'm going to be vegan for 3 days and then go on eating beef burgers every day after that. You have to adopt habits that you can sustain for a longer period of time. So enough talking about other people, let's bring it back to me. So what have small steps I've taken? So recently I have stopped cooking meat at home. I have cut out all red meats such as lamb. I've never eaten beef anyways, and very limited pork as it is. A pork is white meat anyways, but yeah, still. And this cutting down isn't a sacrifice to me really. It's more of a better way of living. It's a different way of living. It's trying to be more creative and thoughtful about thinking about what foods you eat. So that's the first thing, food. Second thing is that shopping. I'm kind of adopting a more minimalist life. Saying that, I still do have an iPhone, I have a laptop, I have an iPad, and it's minimalism in the sense where I can, so reducing things that, you know, in terms of home decor that I don't need, or my clothes, thinking about what I need. And the third thing is, the third thing is probably one of the biggest things I think I'm probably focusing on is, so in the summer I started to drive again. And I was very excited to have the freedom and independence to be able to go anywhere I want, wherever I wanted, for a relatively okay price. However, starting my final master's year, I have been very good and said no to a car. I'm taking public transport and walking where possible. And I think this is, although a bit, it may seem as annoying, I am quite happy with the fact that I've stuck through with this decision, and hopefully the first car I get will be an electric or hybrid car. I know they're expensive, but that is the intention. So yeah, I hope this video had made you be a bit more reflective. It's not about a handful of people doing zero waste perfectly. I read somewhere that it's more about millions of people coming together to do their own little bit imperfectly, even if it's that one small step. And not just your actions, the second thing we have is our voice. And these things, although they get so much hate, use them to voice opinions online. Call your favourite brands to action. Tell them to make the change that you want to see.